happy full moon. I'm actually making this workshop available for the public tonight. I feel like we haven't done it in a while where it has been available for everyone, so I figured we would tonight. The vibe just felt right. My dogs are already losing it downstairs because it just started thunderstorming. So if you hear thunder rumbling, it is because it just started thunderstorming here in Vegas. We might hear the rain. I don't know, the vibes just felt vibey to have a lot of people here and be open to the public. So here we are, my friends. It is our Aquarius super moon, full moon tonight. Say hi if you're here. We'll give everybody some time to get on in here. Now, usually these lives are only available to my members. But I don't know, we haven't done like a public live in a while, so I figured it was time. Hi, friends. Yeah. Hi, Kelsey. We're going to do our journal prompts. We're going to do a little meditation. And then I got this really cool deck from Threads of the Fates. Hi, guys. I don't know if you can hear that. That's the thunder in Las Vegas right now. So if you hear my dogs bark, it's because they're freaking out because of the thunder. I'm sure I'll be comforting them all night. But I got this really cool deck from Threads of the Fate, and it's literally like a yes or no deck, but it has a lot of different kind of variations of yes or no, or, it's a very simple deck to ask yes or no questions to. So I figured we could maybe have some fun with that, and then just do, usually on Tuesdays we do live tarot. So I figured we would also do our tarot tonight. So you guys tell me, do we want to start with tarot, or... Yeah, I think we should get the workshop done, like the journaling and stuff done, and end with a little tarot reading, perhaps, if that sounds good to you. We'll get our work done, and then we'll have some fun with some tarot cards. You can see in the background, that's where I film yoga, that's where I film tarot readings. I had to film them, like, seated on the ground, if you guys notice, for the zodiac sign tarot readings, because my back has been, like, so messed up. I fell out of a headstand, and I really messed my back up, so... I have been having to like sit on a pillow, sit on a heating pad. It's been a doozy. So I'm better, a little bit better now, but it's still kind of rough. All right. Well, yeah, say hi if you're here. It's only 5:57. So technically this isn't supposed to start until 6. So we'll chat a little bit, we'll hang out, and then we'll get into the workshop. We will do some journal prompts and a little meditation with an affirmation, and then there goes the thunder again, and then we'll do some tarot to close out the night. So again, these lives are usually only for my members. My members get access to worksheets for every full moon and new moon. So I'm going to be reading off those worksheets. So if you're not a member, you don't have access to those, I will read them for you. If you want access to them, all you got to do is hit that join button. Come join us. We have fun in our membership. We do live tarot, live yoga, live new moon and full moon workshops. So yeah. I'll just read the prompts for you. We're just going to do pages 2 and 3 because the first page is like a tarot spread, which you guys can do on your own. But we'll just do pages 2 and 3. And yeah, my dogs are going to lose it like all night. Yeah, it's just starting to rain here in Las Vegas, but there it goes. I don't know, the thunderstorm, it was just a vibe. I was like, we gotta go live. We gotta go live for everyone. So how is everyone doing under this full moon in Aquarius? This is our first super moon in the month of August, and it's also August 1st. So if you haven't already, I did a TikTok on it. I feel like we've all kind of seen the spell work of blowing in cinnamon through your door on the first of the month. I would recommend cleansing before you do that. So do some kind of cleansing or purification or release, because it is the super moon today. So you can cleanse with smoke, you can cleanse with oils, you can sweep stuff out of your door, clean your house. That's also, cleaning is in of itself a cleansing spell. Any kind of cleansing, you can do it with a selenite wand or a selenite crystal, and then do your cinnamon or abundance ritual or your money bowl. But we want to like clear out some of that energy first with the full moon, and then do our abundance work. Full moons are generally about releasing. This full super moon in Aquarius is the first one in the month of August. We end August also with a super moon in Pisces, a blue moon. This one is all about being yourself. Aquarius is kind of the sign of being authentic and being themselves and expressing themselves. And I feel like Aquarius and Pisces, like, we get each other because of that. I have a lot of Aquarius and Pisces placements, so that's just how we are. This one is about, I made a a video about this, but the concept of the favorite self. So you've probably heard like highest self or ideal self. Favorite self, I prefer to those terms because highest self or ideal self feels like we have to stick to like what society says that is. You know what I mean? It's like what your parents said or what society said. And that doesn't resonate with me. I like the term favorite self because it's like your favorite version of you. That's what you should be focusing on for this full moon in Aquarius, and releasing anything that does not feel like that. So anything that makes you feel like you're inauthentic to who you truly want to be, anything that makes you feel like you're committing self-betrayal, anything that's not yours, basically. So what do I mean by not yours? Standards that were put on you again by your parents or society or diet culture or the patriarchy or any of these systems and capitalism that we have kind of going on in our world. I want you to be true to you and release anything that doesn't make you feel that way. So, there was something else I wanted to say about that. Now my brain is farting. Something to ask yourself is, what do I want and why do I want it? Like, what am I working towards and why am I working towards it? And that will kind of give you a hint on if you're being authentic to yourself or not. Because if it's like, okay, I'm working towards this thing, and when you ask yourself, why do I want it? The answer is because my parents told me to. It's like, good. If you want to make your parents happy, Godspeed. If that is part of who, being authentic to you, good, awesome. But highest self also feels like a life achievement. Like, I'm done when I'm dead. Yeah. Highest self, it almost feels like unattainable, right? Like, no one is ever going to be 100% perfect or 100% aligned or like whatever the manifestation gurus want to say, because perfection doesn't exist. And I would much rather be my favorite self than a weird perfect version of myself, Just like looking, like right behind my camera is like my wall of like stuff, and I have like a picture of me with Freddy Krueger and a picture of me with Art the Clown, like dressed as Art the Clown, and I'm like, that's me. Like, real Natasha goes to horror conventions in weird costumes, and real Natasha has an Obi-Wan Kenobi candle that looks like Jesus, and that's what we're gonna use tonight, because that's me. That's who I am. I'm a giant nerd. That's my sense of humor. That feels authentic to me, and I lost myself for a while in my early 20s. I tried to be something I wasn't. I lost a lot of weight. I had blonde hair, I had fake boobs, I was very trying to be what I thought that I was supposed to be, because of my ex-husband and just society and diet culture and all that stuff, and I lost myself for a really long time, and I finally found myself again. I feel like when you turn 30, you like come back around to like who you were when you were 15, like all the stuff I was into when I was 15, I'm like back into it now. I've had like resurgences of everything. Like I just went through a Pirates of the Caribbean resurgence, and it was great. My first tattoo when I was 17 years old was my Jack Sparrow tattoo, and I finally am like full circle. We have come back to Jack Sparrow. Good job. So think about. I've been feeling that way too. I turned 30 in a month. Yeah, it's like you come back to who you truly are, and I find that a lot of the time also we talk about inner child healing. But I'm like, what about the inner teenager? Like, inner teenager healing is real. Like, I went through the inner child healing phase, and I feel like now I'm entering the inner teenager healing phase. So, yeah. Tumblr was the darkest time of my life, the worst time of my life, and very toxic and not fun. And that's where I was, like, trying so hard to be who I wasn't, and it warps your mind. On Tumblr, I got like famous, quote unquote, social media famous because I had lost so much weight. And it warps your mind when suddenly you're being praised for essentially changing who you were. You're praised for like shrinking yourself, and you're praised for like adhering to society standards. And it just messes your brain up. It messes your brain up. And fortunately, I have since gone to into recovery for the eating disorder I developed during that time, and lots of therapy and lots of healing, and now we're back to who I was when I was a teenager. So, good job, everybody. But that's what this full moon in Aquarius is all about, is being who you truly are and going after what you truly want. and asking yourself your kind of motivations behind things and getting rid of anything that doesn't feel like truly you. Full moons in general about releasing. You can manifest with full moons. You can manifest, especially with super moons. Like I would definitely, if you really want to manifest, you can do that tonight. I wouldn't necessarily manifest under the Pisces blue moon because that one's gonna be really weird. Like take it from a Pisces, it's gonna be weird. But if you happen to want to manifest under this moon, you can. Aquarius is an air sign. Aquarius, however, being an air sign is the water bearer. So Aquarius is a person holding a jug full of water. Aquarius is ruled by the star card in the tarot, which is a person holding that water jug and kind of pouring it into this like pond lake thing. And so you can maybe work with air or water tonight. A pretty basic releasing exercise is writing down the things that you want to release, folding it away from you because we want to send it away. We don't want to fold it in. We want to send it away. And then burning it, do so safely. Take a full moon bath, journal. We're going to do some journaling tonight. We're going to do a little meditation. But yeah, honestly, the best way to tap into tonight's full moon energy is by doing something that makes you feel authentically you. So after this, I'm gonna take a bath. I've been taking baths since I was a kid. Like that's where I chill. That's where I like, my bath has always been my sacred space. And I'm probably gonna watch Terrifier because that's pretty on brand for me. You know, I'm gonna do my full moon stuff on my roof, and then I'm gonna watch a horror movie. Yeah. Does anybody have any questions in regards to the full moon before we get into our journaling? Happy to answer. I'm gonna light this Obi-Wan Kenobi Jesus candle for us. Just a little cleansing energy. Very simple. You want to cleanse, use a white candle. You want to protect, use the black candle. Red, love. You know, the candle colors are pretty simple. The color correspondences. I feel like most kind of basic candles are white, so light a white candle tonight. Cleanse some of that stuff. Light it with intention. What are you trying to release? What are you trying to cleanse? Light your candle. You're good to go. All right, friends. So I am going to read for you these journal prompts again. Yes, an Obi we trust. And again, if you are a member, you have these worksheets. If you're not a member, you can come join us. Just hit that join button. We do live new moon and full moon workshops every month, live tarot readings, live yoga, all that jazz. We have challenges. We just did a tarot and yoga challenge last month. But I'm going to read the prompts if you do not have them in front of you. So I actually got this at a local store here in Vegas. It's called Blaspheme Boutique. And they do any prayer candle you want. They'll make like custom ones. I got an Obi-Wan one and a Dracula one and a Lydia Dietz one from Beetlejuice. But they had, oh, and I got my mom a Jared Padalecki Sam Winchester one because that's her man. Yeah, it's called Blaspheme Boutique. I don't know if they have them online, but it is a local store here in Vegas. So if you're in Vegas, you can go pick one up. All right, my friends. So I'm going to read these journal prompts to you. We're going to journal a little bit. We're going to do a little meditation. Then we'll do our tarot reading. So the first question, very simple. Describe or draw your favorite, most authentic version of yourself. Describe or draw your favorite, most authentic version of yourself. Me too. I'm a Dean girl also. Dean girl falls under the most authentic version of myself. Describe or draw your favorite, most authentic version of yourself. And this can be a version of yourself that perhaps doesn't exist yet, someone that you would like to be. But think about what makes you you. What makes you unique to you? What things are unique about you? What are your passions? What are your hobbies? Maybe certain ways of doing things, maybe certain things about your appearance that make you unique to you. What is the most authentic version of yourself? So take some time. I would love to hear. If you would love to share, I would be happy to share. I find that the most authentic version to me is always going to be curvy or plus size. When I was a teenager, I was like very proud of my body. I never really cared. It wasn't until I started to lose weight, and you know, kind of got with my ex-husband that I started to like really hate myself and shrink myself. I feel like I was meant to be curvy, so I find that for me, that is the authentic version of myself. I've been going back to my dark hair, which, as much as I want silver, y'all, it is so hard to keep up, and the dark hair is more authentic to me, I find. Having my nails, that makes me feel like my favorite self. Having tattoos, expressing myself through tattoos, horror movies, sci-fi stuff, nerdy stuff, those all make me feel very authentic. Tapping into my witchcraft and being weird. Um, I realized that my purpose was, I used to think my purpose was like the generic, like helping people, which is fine. But I realized more so it's now cultivating community and helping people not feel alone and helping people tap into their witchcraft and wellness journey and tap into their magic, and helping people take up space. But cultivating community is very important to me. I've been trying to fit in for so long. I'm just starting the journey of accepting the choices I make. And it's hard when you first, like, when I first started to come out of the weird early 20s trying to be something I wasn't, I was like, what the heck is going on? Like, I don't know, like, who I am or what I want to do. I kind of slowly started to come back to it. It took me, I was 25 when that process kind of happened, and I'm 31 now. So it's taken 6 years for me to really get comfortable with, who I am again. But again, think back to your childhood. Think back to when you were a teenager. What did you enjoy then? What are you doing when you feel the most like fulfilled? Like for me, it's it's truly when I'm in Salem hosting my witchcraft and wellness retreat. I'm actually completely changing fields and jobs. Yeah, it's definitely, and a lot of the times we attach who we are to our careers, to our jobs, A lot of the times we attach our purpose to our jobs, which sometimes they kind of coincide. But sometimes your job or your career is just a way to fuel your dreams. They don't have to kind of coincide, if that makes sense. But yeah, I definitely feel my most authentic in Salem, hosting my witchcraft and wellness retreat, and just being weird with all of my coven that comes. And we have, last time, what were we doing? We were watching like Star Wars fan edits, and we watched burlesque on TV, and we just had a great time. And we went to the Satanic Temple, and we just, we were able to really just truly, it's just so amazing to be around people who want you to be yourself and who encourage you to be yourself and don't care about how weird you are, Yeah, does anyone else want to share things that make them their most favorite authentic self? Perhaps? I know for me, I had to really release, my kind of parental choice of a life path was I was supposed to go to school, get a degree, and then join the military. That didn't happen. I feel pulled to go to Salem. I'm in the process of moving to Salem. It was going to happen by the end of this year, but some things happen. I have to take care of my mom, so it's getting delayed until next year, but that is my goal. I've had to completely break down my entire vision, who I am, side kids the last couple of years, breaking some cycles. For sure, major life changes will change. And that's the thing, is like who you are changes with major life events. The kind of catalyst for me going back to who I was when I was a teenager was my dad passing away when I was 25. That just changed my whole, like, everything, flipped my whole world upside down, and I realized I was miserable, and I was like, well, nope, things gotta change. Things that kind of, like, again, like, my dad wanted me to just go to school, join the military, be an officer, whatever. That didn't happen. I was raised, surprisingly, surprise, was raised evangelical Christian. Sneaking into Barnes & Noble. Oh, it just started raining. Sneaking into Barnes & Noble to look at the tarot decks when I was like 15. But, healing that religious trauma and kind of pursuing witchcraft is authentic to who I am. Oh man, it just started pouring outside. Fun times. Also with that kind of religious trauma, I was very pressured to get married at a very young age, which I did. And I was divorced by the time I was, when did I get divorced? 27. You know, I was like, I have to get married before I'm 25. I got married much younger than that, but you know, apologies if you can hear the crazy rain in the background. It is pouring. Yeah, any kind of major life event or trauma or major life change will shift everything. And that happens every so often, you know, we're humans, we go through that. Holy crap, it's really raining. Having kids made me realize how auto I was being and how I never want to teach them, so why do I do it to myself? Yeah. I am just so happy that this next generation of kids is going to have such great parents, because all the people I know that have had children, like my friends and clients, and I'm just like, wow, you guys are gonna, they raise their kids so wonderfully, and it's just so nice to see. This candle is flickering like crazy, and it is like torrential downpour outside, so it's definitely the vibe. Like, stuff is happening. I don't know if you guys can see what's happening out the window, but it is coming down, my friends. Yeah, this is definitely some ASMR. The second question in this, on this journal prompt page, is what are 1 to 3 actionable steps that you can take to get closer to this version of yourself? So think about this authentic favorite version of you that you want to be. Oh yeah, very good ambience. And what are 1 to 3 actionable steps that you can take to get closer to this version of you? This could be doing something physical. This could be again, releasing something that no longer serves you. Yes, always summer wing. I mean, look at these summer wing nails. They're French, but they're spiderweb. This could be maybe pursuing a career that you want, pursuing a place that you've always wanted to live, or just retapping into a hobby or something that you enjoy, or anything. Literally anything. These steps can be very small. But what are 1 to 3 actionable steps you can take to get closer to this version of you? I'm trying to think what I started way back in the day when I decided I was going to change my life. I did very major things. I moved to Las Vegas because I hated Chicago. I hated Chicago so much. I grew up in New Mexico. I'm from New Mexico. I am used to the heat, and I'm used to the desert, and Chicago was the worst. So bad. So I moved to Las Vegas. I got divorced. Forgive those who hurt me. Yeah. I quit my full-time job to do this full-time. And then just from there, I got significant amounts of tattoos. I already had a pretty decent amount of tattoos, but I got a lot more tattoos. What else did I do? Needing to get a job to finally move elsewhere and travel to see friends, for sure. And sometimes it takes some experimentation. Like, is it hailing? Like, what in the heck? This year especially, I kind of like traveled a bunch. I like ran around to all these places, and I realized I always told myself, like, I want to travel. Like, I want that to be my life. Do not want that to be my life. It is too exhausting to be in like States in 6 months. Couldn't do it. I do enjoy traveling, but not that intense. So think about where you see yourself living, what you see yourself doing, who is around you, who is around this most authentic version of you. It is definitely hailing. Can you guys hear that? It is crazy. I'm in Las Vegas. Like, what is happening? Kind of concerned for my car that's outside. Fun times. I hope you guys are enjoying the ambiance, because this is definitely very intense. Does anyone else want to share any steps that they are taking? I can hear it so well, I keep looking out my own window and expecting to see rain. Can you guys see that? It is crazy out there. Can you guys still hear me okay? Because this is I don't know, I don't think I could go anywhere in my house to make it not this loud. Let's just enjoy for a moment. How about that? I got my first big piece on my leg, such a healing process. Courage to switch careers. Being comfortable with being uncomfortable. That's a good one. The universe said it's just gonna rain. We're just gonna listen to the rain, guys. Probably gonna be a big thunder boom. I just saw a flash of lightning. Okay, it wasn't that loud. All right. Next question. I'm gonna like yell so you can hear me. What does the tarot card, the Star, mean to you? So Aquarius in the tarot rules the Star. Allowing myself to feel challenged by my new job. Open perspective and change, for sure. Aquarius in the tarot is the Star. It's traditionally depicted as, again, a woman, the water bearer, kind of holding that water jug, pouring it into this lake. She has one big star behind her, which represents kind of the North Star, and then 7 smaller stars, which represent the chakras. She has 1 foot in the water, 1 foot on the ground, so 1 foot in the subconscious, 1 foot in the conscious. The star is, yes, hope and direction, following your North Star. Being authentically you, expressing yourself, hope, exhaustion, and detox. And that's the thing about the Star is, okay, calm down. That was a little intense for a little bit. The Star comes after the Tower. So, yeah, guidance and hope. So in the tarot, you have the Tower, which is catastrophe, major life change, lightning strikes your tower, just catastrophic. The Star comes afterwards. So the Star is that light at the end of the tunnel. I really like the Way Home Tarot because the Tower is depicted as lightning striking this cabin in the woods, causes a forest fire, and then the Star is the forest like charred, and there's a river running through it leading to the Star. So I think someone said exhaustion, and that's definitely, accurate to the Star. Here it goes, picking up again. So what does the Star mean to you? This candle's going crazy too, guys. All right, next question, and if you ever need me to repeat anything, just let me know. What past inauthentic versions of you do you need to let go of? What past inauthentic versions of you do you need to let go of? Feels like anything can happen, little chaotic, yeah, definitely. What past inauthentic versions of you do you need to let go of? So for me, early 20s Natasha, it's a no from me. But the reason why I asked this question, and I teach this question to, this kind of concept to my clients, especially when we're going through self-love and body acceptance, the first part to body acceptance and to self-love is grief and forgiveness. Because how can you move on to kind of accepting yourself if you're still holding on to old versions of you? Especially when we talk about body acceptance, old bodies, it can even be like inauthentic versions of you that don't even exist. Like versions of you that you have created in your mind, like the dream body, or again, that ideal self that's like completely unattainable, that we're, oh my goodness. Like any kind of dream version of you that is just completely inauthentic and like doesn't match what you want at all. The universe is agreeing with me, okay? Let it go. The last question is actually around limiting beliefs, so good job. We're just gonna listen to the rain again, friends, while you journal. It's gonna be really great to take a bath to this after this workshop, I'm just saying. All right, what past inauthentic versions of you do you need to let go of, or imaginary versions of you that don't exist? Dream bodies, old bodies, weird versions of you that don't even make sense for you. That version of you that lived up to all your parents' dreams. Oh my goodness. I feel like I'm about to be like Final Destination, like something's gonna come through that window. Being a mom, dressing a certain way, like a watered down version. Now I'm learning it's okay to be a weird witchy mom who doesn't dress like a mom. I love that. This is crazy, y'all. Very vibey though. Alright, next question, if the hail will let me talk. How can you go about finding a soul community? How can you go about finding a soul community? So, what I have found is that when you have people that enjoy the real version of you, it is much easier to be the real version of you. Like, every single one of my retreats has the most wonderful, incredible people, and I would love to tell a story if this hail would like chill for 5 seconds. Oh my goodness. Okay, I wonder if, like, maybe if I go somewhere where there's not a massive window. We're gonna go on an adventure, friends. All right, that's a little better. Kind of. So, when I was going on my first ever public retreat, yeah, that was hail. So, when I was going on my first retreat in Joshua Tree, I had already hosted one retreat to like my private clients, but I don't know why it's just that window specific. I think it's because that's the window that's like the wind is facing, because this window is fine. My first public retreat was in Joshua Tree, and we'll just sit next to my altar. How about that? I told my assistants, I was like, don't let me be a weirdo. Like, don't let me talk about all my weird horror stuff and all the like weird stuff that I'm into to these people I don't know, because it was a public retreat. It wasn't like my normal clients that I work with. It was new people that I had never met. And I was like, I don't need to freak them out with all my crazy horror nonsense. Like, be professional. Like, you don't want to be weird. And my assistants were like, all right, Natasha, whatever. By like the second night, everyone at the retreat, we were all talking about weird stuff. We were all just like vibing. We were talking about the weird stuff we're into, like weird interests, weird passions. Like, it was just so amazing. And some of the, and literally every retreat I meet lifelong friends. Like this past weekend, one of my friends who used to be my client in my group coaching program, and then she went to 3 of my retreats. She was driving from Chicago to San Diego because she was moving, and she stopped here in Vegas. She stayed with me, you know, and like, yeah, it's just so lovely to be with people and meet people that are your truly soul community. And it's, I don't know, like something that people would think is weird, but I love it, is like my friend who stopped through has a bearded dragon as a pet. And the reason why she was driving is because she didn't want to like ship him or like put him in a cargo on a plane. So she like came to my house like fully cradling this bearded dragon like a baby, and I was like, oh my god, I love him so much. And like, I have a snake, like I love reptiles too, so like I get that. Like, her and her boyfriend don't have kids, like just have a reptile. And I'm like, that's the vibe. Like, you know what I mean? Like, do what makes you feel good, and find people that feel the same way, that also enjoy, not even, they don't even have to enjoy the same things you enjoy, but they understand and they accept you however weird you are, you know what I mean? So how can you go about finding a community like that? Tell me some ideas, I want to know. my suggestions, retreats, going to events that are like, you know, with like-minded people. Like there's an Oddities and Curiosities Expo that happens here in Vegas, horror conventions. Where else have I met people? I'm trying to think. One time on Instagram, I met one of my good friends because I think I had just tagged a post as Las Vegas, and I'm gonna go back in the other room and see if it's calmed down. So you can see all my weird stuff in the background. Like there's a Stargate mirror and a skull. This person, my friend Shelly, slid into my DMs on Instagram, and she was like, "Oh my gosh, like you live in Las Vegas, like I'm looking for like-minded yoga people and whatever." And I can't, she worked for this event here in Vegas called Silent Savasana, which is like a silent disco yoga. And I think I mentioned that my dog was like at the vet or something. Oh yeah, I do need to do a house tour. And I think I mentioned, I was like, oh, my dog Fozzie is at the vet, so I can't hang out today or whatever. And she was like, you have a dog named Fozzie? And I was like, yeah. And she was like, my dog's name is Fozzie. And my Fozzie, if you don't know, is a tiny toy poodle that's like this big and like decrepit and 15 years old. Her Fozzie was a massive, like 150-pound German Shepherd. And we became friends just because of that. Like, you know, being your authentic self will generally lead you to your soul community, but you do also have to put yourself out there. So the nail salon I go to, it's called Mystic Nails. It's a bunch of witches. Like, I meet such lovely people there. So think about it. How can you find a soul community online? The membership here is really great. My group coaching programs are like absolutely fantastic. I am not doing my life coaching anymore. I'm doing business coaching right now, and everyone in there is amazing. Finding an online coven. Anybody else? Any suggestions? Or something that maybe you did to help you find a soul community, perhaps? I'm so glad it calmed down a little bit. Now it's like peaceful. Now it's like reasonable. If it starts to pick up again, we'll just go hang out by my altar, and I'll bring my stuff with me so we can just hang out in there. All right. I live in the deep south, so I have to go online. Yeah, that's rough. I find that Vegas is like very transient, so like people here are just not here for a long time. I like to hear about what goes on in the coven. I'm assuming you're meeting my membership here. We have live tarot readings, live yoga every week, live new moon and full moon workshops just like this. We have a Discord chat. It's a really great community. We just hang out pretty much like 2 or 3 times a week here. We do yoga, we do tarot, we hang out. It's very fun. We do challenges together. Yeah. I'm in Florida. I have people come to my retreats that are like, my family literally can't know that I'm here because they don't know I'm a witch. And like they have to hide kind of, you know, what they're doing because their family doesn't know that they're a witch. Salem, I find my Salem retreat is a very, for people that have experienced like religious trauma, a lot of people go to my Salem retreat to kind of heal that. It's very, very magical. I mean, it definitely helped me heal a lot of my religious trauma. Yeah. All right, last question. I'm going to say it now because the rain is chill. What limiting beliefs around success and happiness do you need to release? What limiting beliefs around success and happiness do you need to release? What limiting beliefs around success and happiness do you need to release? Now, I'm going to offer some to you that, again, are things that are kind of put on us by society and the patriarchy and diet culture, etc., etc. A big one that I hear is like, I can't do that until I lose weight. I can't do the thing that I really want to do until I lose weight. I have done many things, and I'm in the biggest body that I have been in since I was a teenager, and I have done all the things. That is definitely a limiting belief, although society definitely makes it hard, and there are some things that are totally valid, like some roller coasters have, like, you know, you can't put the thing on, there's a weight limit, or like things like that. So there's definitely amount of privilege that I have, but, you know, don't let your body stop you from doing the things that you want to do. If it's possible for you, an emergency warning on my phone, so if you realize that it just glitched out, I just got an emergency flash flood warning. So hooray. That's good. Anyways, limiting beliefs: I'm not worthy of success because I'm not normal, I don't fit in. I'm not worthy of love because I'm weird or I'm too much. I'm just listing some of my greatest hits. I literally used to think I couldn't cut my hair until I hit weight loss of X amount of pounds. Yep, been there. I used to be like, I can't get the tattoos I want because, you know, I'm not thin enough or whatever. Fuck that. Or I can't wear the thing that I want to wear because whatever. And this is like stuff that I know I see now, but I'm like, I'm fine and I've like worked through all this, but there was a period from like when I first went into recovery, and then I started kind of changing my life, and I did gain a decent amount of weight, and then I got diagnosed with Hashimoto's disease, and like my whole body was kind of just like screwy. I stopped cosplaying. I don't know if anybody remembers, I used to cosplay a lot, and I was like, I can't do it anymore because I gained weight. Like, I can't dress up the way I want to dress up. And I put that to rest this year. I've been getting back into cosplaying and costumes and stuff because you can do that at any weight. I'm trying to think, limiting beliefs around success. I mean, I had to battle the one that my dad would be like, you have to get a real job with real benefits, has to be a full-time job, and, you know, like what your parents would say. I'm like, you know, people look at what I do and they're like, that's not a real job, and I'm like, I mean, it pays my bills, so it counts. I filed taxes, like, it's a real job. You know, things like that. Does anyone want to share any other limiting beliefs that they are releasing? Then we'll do this lovely meditation, then we'll get into the tarot reading. We'll have a nice ASMR meditation with gentle rain sounds in the background if it doesn't start to pick up again. Letting go that there's only one path. Yep. I'll make it work rather than this has to work. That's a good one. Because things can happen in ways that you do not expect them to. Take it from me. That's kind of like the secret to manifestation, is letting go of the how, surrendering. Get ready for some thunder. I just saw a flash of lightning. The last time this happened, it woke me up because the thunder was so loud it shook my house. It scared the bejesus out of me and my dogs. Alright, friends. There it is. Let's get into this meditation. So find yourself in a comfortable place where you can breathe a little bit. You could be seated, you could be standing, you could be laying down, whatever feels good. We'll have this nice ASMR of this rain. If it starts to get ridiculous, I'll just grab the camera and run out into my bedroom again. But find yourself in a nice, comfortable spot where you can breathe a little bit. We're going to breathe together, and then I'm going to read this affirmation from our favorite book, Dear Universe. If you don't have this book, would highly recommend. It has like 300 affirmations for different ways that we want to feel. I'm going to read the one for free 3 times, and we're just going to breathe. So find yourself in your comfortable position. You can keep the eyes opened or closed, whatever feels right. Start to bring your awareness to your breath. Just noticing as it goes in and out. Not changing anything about it just yet. Maybe on the inhale, noticing what happens in the body. The chest expands, the belly expands, taking up space. And on the exhale, a gentle release. Starting to deepen and lengthen the inhales and exhales, just listening to the sounds of the rain. Just tapping into this present moment, the right here, the right now. With your soul community, we are here together with our little coven. I'm going to count us through some 5-part breathing, so just listen to my voice and listen to the rain. We're going to inhale for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, hold. And exhale for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, hold. And exhale for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, hold. And exhale for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. You can continue these long, deep inhales and exhales. Just listen to my voice. You can repeat this affirmation to yourself inside your mind, or you can say it out loud. Dear Universe, my body, my mind, and my spirit is free. This beautiful freedom manifests in various ways throughout my life. Freedom allows me to live life in its full expression of beauty. I am so thankful to release the burdens of the past and step into the future of free-spirited adventure. So be it. So it is. Dear Universe, my body, my mind, and my spirit is free. This beautiful freedom manifests in various ways throughout my life. Freedom allows me to live life in its full expression of beauty. I am so thankful to release the burdens of the past and step into a future of free-spirited adventure. So be it. So it is. Dear Universe, my body, my mind, and my spirit is free. This beautiful freedom manifests in various ways throughout my life. Freedom allows me to live life in its full expression of beauty. I am so thankful to release the burdens of the past and step into a future of free-spirited adventure. So be it. So it is. Take a nice big inhale in through the nose, filling up chest, filling up belly, taking up space. And open mouth, exhale, let it go. You can allow your breath to return to normal. Take your time coming back to us. Maybe wiggle the toes or wiggle the fingers. When you're ready, you can open your eyes if they were closed. And just let me know how you feel. I love how the rain got like more intense and then it like calmed down again. How are we doing, y'all? This is exactly what I needed. Good, good. I'm glad. Now we're going to get into this tarot reading. This is our full moon reading. What do we need to know? What do we need to hear? I mean, they can't make it more obvious than that. We have the moon. This is the first card out. This is actually the card of Pisces. But obviously, it's a supermoon, my friends. You know, the moon is a card of very dreamy energy, the subconscious. Remember when I said Aquarius, the star kind of has 1 foot in the subconscious, 1 foot in the conscious. This is, I don't know if y'all have been having some weird full moon dreams lately. You might be having some weird dreams. This is also a card of feeling a little foggy. Maybe feeling like you don't know which direction to go in. You know, you don't know, you know, you can't see clearly. And that's okay. We all kind of tend to feel that way when there is a, thank you for the bite-sized meditation. I'm so excited to be here. Oh, I'm so glad to hear. Thank you so much for sharing. We're kind of being told, though, that if you're feeling that way, if you're feeling like lost or kind of lost in the fog, or you don't know which direction to go, everything feels really dreamy and like, ugh, work hard. 8 of Pentacles. If you do not know, like, what to do or how to move forward, you can work hard where you are. You can grow where you are planted. You know, the concept of growth is like we always feel like we have to be growing like upwards and onwards, but think about plants. They also grow where they are, like they grow this way and they also grow down. So if you don't know how to move forward, if you do not know, you know, what direction to go in, especially with these crazy full moons and all these planets in retrograde, and just if you are in a fog, work. Grow where you are planted. What else do we need to hear? Under this lovely full moon, we got the rain. It kind of stopped raining as hard. It's very light, gentle pitter patter of rain. The Chariot, the card of the year. Rapid forward movement. It's like, you might be confused, so work hard, and then we can move forward. You know, I feel like we've been like teased with the Chariot all year because it is the card of the year. It's card 7, so 2023, 2 + 2 + 3 is 7. It's also the card of Cancer, but I feel like we've been teased with it all year. It's been like, oh, almost. You're almost moving forward. It reminds me of that Geico commercial with that old fisherman guy with the dollar, and he's like, you almost caught it. Like, that's how I felt about this entire year. Yeah, 2 of Swords. The reason why the Chariot is delayed is because we have yet to make a decision. And again, why have we yet to make a decision? Because everything's made up and the points don't matter. Everything is confusing. Aliens, capitalist hellscape. Who knows what's going on? So we're just like, if I put, oh, Tiki's here. Hi, Tiki. If you guys don't follow Tiki, she's great. She's also a Las Vegas tarot reader. She's really awesome. Yeah, we've been like teased with the Chariot, but it's like, nope. Do not collect $200. Do not pass go. You need to make a decision first. But if you can't make a decision in the meantime, you should just be focusing on hard work, stability, laying a foundation. You know, if you don't know which direction to go, the best thing you can do right now is just focus on the grind. Because 9 of Cups is coming, right? Wish come true, wish fulfillment. This card also has a little Pisces symbol, a little Jupiter symbol on there. But the 9 of Cups is your wish being fulfilled. That's the prize, right? We have our eye on the prize. But the thing that is literally like stopping us from getting to the 9 of Cups, look at this. It's like, we want this. We want Chariot into the 9 of Cups. But what is right in the way is us being like, I don't know what I want. Like, we haven't made a decision yet. We have been kind of waiting for the universe to make the decision for us. Like, in the Way Home Tarot, the 2 of Swords is like 2 swords, like sawing through a rope, but it's just not being cut. And we're like, I just want the universe to like cut this rope. Like, I don't want to do it. I don't want to make a decision. We're like, eyes closed, like, pick a direction, but that's not going to work. You have to pick the direction. Temperance. In the meantime, again, until you make that decision, Focus on moderation. Focus on balance. No rash actions. You know, you should not be making this decision willy-nilly. You shouldn't be making it just like, again, that like blindfolded, like, okay, I picked this. That's not how we should be making this decision. You know, it should be coming from an aligned place. Temperance is also a great card of, you know, your spirit guides kind of watching out for you. It's also a card of alchemy. You can see here, you know, they're pouring those two cups into each other, kind of creating something out of nothing. But it's also the card of Sagittarius, but it's like moderation. Just focus on balance. Just focus on peace. Just focus on harmony if you cannot make a decision forward. But you're going to have that aha moment. Ace of Swords. Like, you're going to have that, like, Eureka, I found it. And that's the thing. Yeah, that's the thing. The reason why we have yet to make a decision is because we're actually not even trying to go for the Nine of Cups. We're trying to go for the Ten of Cups. The Nine of Cups is great. The Nine of Cups is a wish fulfillment. Traditionally, the Nine of Cups is like this dude sitting waiting for a feast, which is great. We love to see it. There ain't nothing wrong with the Nine of Cups. However, we want the Ten of Cups. The Ten of Cups is like long-term wish fulfillment. It's not just like that one and done, like, oh, my wish came true, like kind of one of them. This is like all your wishes are coming true. This is like having the complete and total emotional fulfillment, happiness, joy. You have the family, you have the job, you have the pets, you have the community, you have the everything that is making you happy. And that's, I think, going to be our aha moment, is figuring out what that is. Like, we're not just, I feel like we're not just settling for the Nine of Cups now. We're not just settling for like 90%. We're like, I want 100%. Like, this isn't, you know what I mean? Eight of Wands, Three of Wands, very conflicting, honestly. You know in I think it's True Blood, where like Lafayette's like, why do dead people gotta be so cryptic? That's why I feel like, why do the cards always have to be so cryptic? Or Jack Sparrow in Pirates of the Caribbean, where he's like, that's just maddeningly unhelpful, because it's like Eight of Wands, it's coming in fast, it's coming in hot. What's coming in hot? The Three of Wands. You're gonna stand there and you're gonna figure it out. Like, you know, it's nice to be like, okay, the time for planning has come. Like, you are going to, you know, the Three of Wands can signify a delay, but it's a delay of like planning. It's a delay of standing there and being like, all right, like, if I take this direction, all these things have to happen. Here's this whole plan for this, how to like to happen. But the thing is Wands, right? It's following your passion. It's a direction that is, again, aligned, your favorite self, your highest self. But you're trying to figure out the how of the journey. Like, the Two of Wands is like the infinite possibilities. And the Three of Wands is like, all right, I chose one. Now what? Like, that's going to come in fast once we kind of, again, figure out balance. Yeah, and then, of course, the Death card's like, hello, here we are. Justice, balance again. Death to imbalance is basically what this is saying. Two of Pentacles is imbalance energy, right? And the Two of Pentacles, the guy's like juggling these two pentacles. Death to imbalance. Death to anything that makes you feel like you're juggling or struggling or can't keep all the things, like can't keep all the gears turning. You just overwhelmed, like you can't keep up the act anymore, right? Death to anything that makes you feel like that. We want true balance. We want justice. Libra energy, karmic balance. Two sevens just came out. I don't even know how the Seven of Swords got here. It was just like kind of upside down at the side of the deck. And the Seven of Wands. Yeah, okay. So finally, there is the new journey coming. We have the Fool. But before that, we have the Seven of Wands and the Seven of Swords. So if we want this new journey to start to the Ten of Cups, we want to make that decision, we're going to have to do things a little bit differently. Seven of Swords. Everybody, you know, the Seven of Swords gets kind of a bad reputation as like lying, cheating, stealing, which yes, it can be. It could also be like, stop lying to yourself. I always hear that meme that's like, why are you always lying with this card? But at its core, the Seven of Swords, what is the person doing? He's stealing all the swords away from battle so they can't use them. It's a card about going about things in a different way than he usually would. Might be a little sneaky, but In this case, with the Seven of Wands, the Seven of Wands is defending your victory. So I think, you know, it's like defending the decision that you made, right? You know, if we make that decision, like the Eight of Wands, Three of Wands, like if we choose that direction, we start planning it out, we're going to have to defend it against any naysayers. And we might have to go about it a little bit differently than we thought. I think someone mentioned letting go of like the how or the path, kind of letting it happen the way it needs to happen, or going about it in a different way than we thought that it would happen. And that's what is going to get us to our new journey, our fresh start, our new cycle, right? I swear, it's probably the same messages over and over. I'm just like, we get it. I get it. I need to make a decision. I need to figure it out. I know. But, you know, it's like, if you have a shaky foundation, making a decision or picking a direction isn't the wisest thing. Make your foundation first, Eight of Pentacles. Work hard, kind of build that stable base. And then the decision and the path will kind of make itself clearer. And again, you might have to go about it in a different way. But again, it's also the realization of, like, I don't just want the Nine of Cups. I want the Ten of Cups. Why have one thing when I could have it all, right? So, let me know if that resonated, friends. It suddenly got, like, very hot in here. I don't know why. Now, I wanted to mess around with this deck because it is new, and I just got it from Threads of Fate, and I really love it. Like, look how shiny it is. Ooh. I watched your August Scorpio reading before coming here. Oh yeah, similar cards. Yeah, I think didn't Scorpio have the Fool? I can't remember exactly. But this card, this deck, is essentially like a magic 8-ball. It's all like yes or no, or like ask again later type of answers. So I want you to think of a yes or no question. Yes or no question. Think about it. Set your intention. Have your yes or no question in mind. Oh, I'm seeing some crazy lightning strikes happening out in the distance. It's pretty cool. Think about your yes or no question. Do you have your yes or no question, my friends? These cards also smell really good. I know that sounds weird, but they smell great. I don't know if you're like one of those people that smells like new books. I'm definitely that person. All right, you have your yes or no question? Nope. It's like, nope, you're in alignment. Thanks, cards. You're so confusing. Okay, this is really funny because the bottom of the deck, first of all, says chill out. So I don't know who that nope was for, but it was definitely for someone here. It says, nope, you're in alignment. And then the third card, and this is crazy, like out of, I don't even know how many cards is in this deck. Does it say 44 cards? 44 cards. This card says a sign of success. So again, consider that this deck has 44 cards. I have pulled from this deck for myself personally 3 times. And I have pulled this card every single time. Like, every single time. To the point where someone else on TikTok has this deck and they posted a video of like, ask your yes or no question. This was the card that they pulled. So the fact that it is here again, I'm like, what are the fucking chances? So we got, nope, you're in alignment. A sign of success. I'm like, why you guys gotta be so confusing? Why you gotta be so confusing? Like, make up your mind. Very full moon energy, but someone needed to hear that nope. If you were like, should I stay with this toxic person? No, you shouldn't. No, don't do that. So, also chill out, again, is at the bottom of the deck. So we got nope, you're in alignment, a sign of success. So it's probably like no to whatever toxic thing that you were probably asking about. You're in alignment, not doing that toxic thing that you were thinking about, and a sign of success is coming. That's how I'm going to interpret it, because I'm just like, what are you guys talking about? Stop it. Get some help. But again, I just think it's really weird that this card has come out 5. This is the 5th time. The 5th time I have seen this card. In the one day that I've literally had this deck for only one day. And I've just been like, I'm going to see like, hey, what card's going to come out? And it's always that card. And I'm like, stop. What does it mean? What's the sign of success? I don't know. If you were the one that nope was for, would anyone like to share? And just remember that when you get a nope from the universe, and that's kind of like that nope, you're in alignment concept that's like very confusing, but here's how I think about it, and here's what I like to think when I get that no from the universe. I saw this post talking about, you know how if you drop a piece of chocolate on the floor, your dog is gonna go for it. Even though you know that chocolate is toxic to them, they don't know that chocolate is toxic to them. They just see the chocolate fall on the floor and they want to eat it. When the universe tells you no, that's usually why. You are the dog, and whatever it is you were trying to go for was the chocolate. The universe knows that it was not meant for you, or that it was going to be bad for you, so the universe says no. And it's unfortunate, and it sucks, and you know, when we're the dog, we're like, what the hell? I wanted that chocolate. I asked if I was directing my love to a healthy space with someone, and with this future fulfill me and keep me safe. Well, they said no. Again, don't let it make you feel bad if it was not the answer you were expecting. It might have been for you, it might have been for someone else. That's what I always like to tell people about collective readings also, is like, it's a collective reading. It could be for you, it could be for someone else. I don't know if you guys saw the ridiculous comment I got on one of my tarot readings, the Zodiac ones, where someone commented, it was on the Virgo one, I think, where the message for Virgo was like, you're burnt out as heck. And this person commented and was like, how dare you say I'm burnt out? I do my makeup every day. I have a great summer wardrobe, and I have the perfect bikini body. I'm not burnt out. That could be damaging for people to hear. And I was like, what are you talking about? Like, did you ever consider that this reading maybe wasn't for you? And just reading your comment made me burnt out. Like, that sounds a little burnt out to me. Like, it's very funny. I did delete and block that person because they were just arguing, and just, I was like, you ever think that maybe leaving this comment kind of signifies that you're being burnt out? I made it to an Instagram post about it, and I was like, sweetie, the call's coming from inside the house. Like, sounds a little burnt out. Sounds like something a burnt out person would say. But anyways, the point is that sometimes a reading is meant for you. Sometimes it's meant for someone else. You know, take it with a grain of salt. Take what resonates, leave the rest. It's always what I say. If you'd like a... Thanks. If you'd like a personal reading, I am offering 22% off everything for the blue moon at the end of the month. So the whole month, everything, all my readings, all my courses, all my ebooks are 22% off with code Blue Moon. So if you want a personal reading, you can get a personal reading. That means it is for you and it's not a collective reading. Thanks. My best friend is like a voice actor, so she's way better at the voices, but I try. Ooh, that was such a cool lightning strike. I just released a moon magic journal. So if you want to work with all the moon cycles, I'm not just talking about new moon or full moon. I'm talking about like waxing crescent, waning gibbous, all the moon cycles. You want a guided journal. You want to learn how to work with the moon. I just released that. It's only $17 because it is on sale. So yeah, everything's on sale for the whole month of August. So if you want a personal reading for the full moon, you can book it through my website. If I look like I'm distracted, it's because I'm watching this crazy lightning show that's happening right over the strip. Yeah, let's see. Let's go up. I think it stopped raining, so we'll just go up together. Hopefully I'll keep my Wi-Fi so you guys can see. But I have a rooftop deck, and it's pretty cool. Oh, it smells so good out here, guys. Behold. Let's see if we can see any lightning. There's that rainstorm that was above us. There's the strip right there. Let's see. There's like crazy lightning going on. I don't know if it'll still happen, but it's so weird how you can just see like where the rain is coming down right there. Oh, is that where you are, Tiki? Hello from the mountains. Of course, as soon as I come out here, it's like no lightning for you. Well, it was pretty cool. Alas, look at those clouds. I wish we could see the full moon coming up. This is where I usually do my full moon stuff. You can see all my witchy stuff up here. All right, guys, I tried. Anywho, this is like one of my longest lives I think I've ever done here. So, yes, it is amazing. That was like my selling point for this townhouse. I was like, rooftop deck sold. I don't know if you guys want to say hi to Todd. He's actually out. You little snake. Where's your head, my guy? There he is. He's just a baby. He's actually a rescue snake. I rescued him a few months ago. All right. All right, my friends. I hope you learned something today. I hope you had a good time, at least listening to the rain. I'm gonna go rescue my puppies because they're probably like, Mom, where'd you go? Again, if you'd like a personal reading, you can book one. Yes, his name is Todd. He is my baby. He's actually named after my favorite alien from Stargate Atlantis. Everyone's always like, why is your snake named Todd? I'm like, you wouldn't understand. Yeah. I think that's it, friends. So go do some full moon releasing. Work with it in a way that feels good to you. I'm going to take a full moon, rescue my dogs, watch a little horror movie. And I think that's it. Don't forget, if you enjoyed this, hit that join button. Come join us in the membership. It's only $9.09 a month, and you get 4 live tarot readings, 4 live yoga classes, and a new moon and full moon workshop, which I think is pretty good. You get worksheets for all the new moon and full moons. We do challenges. We just had a yoga and tarot challenge last month, and you get access to all those like past challenges. So there's like 90 classes that are not available to the public that you get access to. So again, I'm biased, but it's pretty cool. All my offerings are on sale for the whole month of August for this blue moon, so go ahead and snag yourself one. I got ebooks, I got courses, I got readings. I think that's it. So, all right, guys, I hope you have a wonderful full moon. If you're in the membership, I'll see you next time for our new moon workshop. Another full moon workshop at the end of the month. For my members, we have our live yoga on Saturday as per usual. So, yeah, I'll see you there, my lovelies. I hope you have a wonderful full moon, and I'll see you next time.